Good dog. Good boy. Good. This is why I like Sparkles, because I get the correct her. There it is. That's a good girl. You learned that from Izzy. You see that? The way to lay like that. Because that sound means play for her usually. Like 90% of the time that sound means play for her. Break.
Woohoo!
Yeah! Alright, let's do some real stuff now. I just wanted to see where it was. I think we'll get the trash cans out. Good. Stay. Stay. Towards the end, I'm going to try, or like, every now and then I'll talk like maybe I think the owner might talk. Like stay, and see. Eventually, what can happen is they'll start to fuck up if you talk like that. So I'll go a whole session just being like that, and they learn to listen no matter what inflection your voice is. And like, just little things like that. I have to say, because you got to be goofy. Good boy.
Very nice.
It's very nice. We talked about two different kinds of things to proof with. You proof with distractions that a dog desires. You know, playing dogs, balls, food. And then you proof with things that the dog wants to flee from. So essentially, things the dog wants and things the dog that are the things that they're afraid of. Because a command is unreliable if they see something they want and then they just get up and go to it. And it's also unreliable if they see something that makes them nervous, so they run away from it. So you have to proof with both. So is this mean? No, this is necessary to create a dog who doesn't have twitchy nerves that cause him to go get hit by a car when we're trying to eat lunch somewhere at a patio and something spooks him, maybe a truck backfires and he runs into the road or something. This kind of shit happens. Good, and you get to see that there will be things that you're unsure of in the environment, but our relationship and the dynamic of how we operate doesn't change no matter the circumstances. Okay, no matter the emotions either, if you're really happy or if you're kind of nervous.
There's a quarry, so you're going to hear an explosion.
See, the thing about keeping it too positive when you train is that you don't proof with scary stuff. Here's a scary thing, but here's things that aren't scary. You know, like food and stuff. So you don't really hit that. You don't hit it. But also, the emotions that a dog feels, they need to be able to hold their commands through different emotions, not just playing a game. Also through real life, which could be slightly nervous to afraid, right? In all those cases, we want our dogs to be able to keep their composure and look at us for guidance. So, I mean, full circle training, it's going to bring it all the way, is going to put the dog in situations that they're nervous and even afraid. Okay? Okay. All right? But that was totally average response. Sure. It was you know, bad dogs are gonna fucking tweak. I mean, you even move that trash can, they're gonna run like something's gonna kill them. And so this works on dogs like that very well. Break. Nice work, bud. Nice job. It was amazing. And then you show them how proud you are of them, because that was a really brave thing to do. Very incredible. Sparkles. Let's go.
I'll live with the Mennonites.
She's like gonna end up as a fucking pet.
Sparkles!
Really figured it out.
Look at that. Still comes back to you.
Good job. Okay. Let's go.
No. Ah, I see what you're saying.
It's not a 180.
Yes.
It's a foam and then back to the good.
I like that.
180s are good in the beginning of the process.
Sure.
Towards the end, you're just wasting your time a little bit if they already know how to fall. They need to learn that little bit of stink, where that turns on.
Yes.
A lot. He did that without pressure.
Love that.
Starting to pick up on it. But yeah, but I'll throw in 180s too as well. There'll be like a handful of those, and then I'll throw in a 180s and
Sure.
a handful of those. The 180s for reset at this point. Like I'm just resetting, like kind of get the dog back in the zone. Good. The stationary, when I'm doing this, I'm trying to keep him successful for a while so he feels that there's no correction, so that there's contrast, so right here is comfortable. He knows that because he's been here for a little while now, right? Naturally, he might try to explore, feel the boundary, feel the correction, like right there.
Yeah.
Eventually, he stops doing that, and I have to start doing it myself. Fucking kidding me right now? Is it still? I swear to fucking God, I'm gonna put that on. So good. Good, just stay for a second. Stay. Good. So like a lot of going from walking with me to staying to releasing, to walking with me to staying to releasing, so he can get the pattern of, you know, after I say stay, if you feel stim, it's not to move, it's to calm down, you know, or to lay down further, or to relax. If you hear the beep, that's when it's to move. If you hear me say break, that's when it's to move. Nothing else, no other way. You know, I'm not gonna stim you for a recall unless you hear that beep. And that's what we've committed to, and it makes it easier for the dogs. Like, it's not a recall unless there's a beep.
Yes.
And you know what else that does? What else we say to people is like, without that collar on, our program's off, right? So that collar's on, our program's on. So here's the cool thing: is like your dog doesn't have a recall without that beep.
It
so
doesn't.
if you want our program, you can't just say come anymore.
No.
You can, but you know we've juiced it up on this beep because we know that the average person will never be able to control the dogs the way that a person who studies dog behavior can.